everyone, welcome back to a Faster PC live technical support. Before I dive in today, I need to tell you something very important. If you haven't updated your Windows computer or Adobe software in the last 24 hours, you need to stop what you're doing and pay attention to this video so that you can take proactive measures and protect yourself. This month's Patch Tuesday is one of the most critical we've seen in recent history, with 6 actively exploited vulnerabilities. That means hackers are using these security holes right now to attack computers like yours. And if you're still running Windows 10, you are vulnerable because you can't get these updates. Today I'm going to break down everything you need to know about the February 26 security updates in plain English. No tech jargon, just what matters to you as a business owner or home computer user. So here's what we're going to cover today. There's 6 security flaws being exploited in the wild right now. Why this month is especially dangerous. What Adobe updates you need to be aware about. We're going to talk about critical patches for other software as well, and more importantly, how to protect yourself today. Stick around until the end because I'll share with you simple steps that you can take in the next 16 minutes to dramatically reduce your risk. Let's get started. All right, let's talk about what Microsoft released this month. Microsoft patched 58 security vulnerabilities across Windows, Office, Edge, and various other products. Now that number might sound scary, but here's what really matters. 6 of these vulnerabilities are what are called 0 days, security holes that hackers discovered and started exploiting before Microsoft could release a fix. 3 of these are publicly known, meaning details, information about how to exploit them is available online and has been before the updates were available. To put this into perspective, last month Microsoft had only 1 actively exploited vulnerability. This month we have 6. That's a massive jump, and it's why security researchers are concerned we might be headed into what they call another hot exploit year. But don't panic. That's what this video is for. Let me break down these vulnerabilities and what they mean to you. Threat number 1 is a Windows Smart Screen bypass. This vulnerability, CVE 2026-21510, is particularly nasty because it bypasses Windows Smart Screen. You know, that security feature that's supposed to protect you when you download files from the internet. Here's how it works in real life. You receive an email that looks like it is legitimate. It has a link or an attachment. Maybe it's supposedly from FedEx, your bank, or even a coworker. You click on it or open the attachment. Normally, Smart Screen would warn you, hey, this file looks suspicious. But with this vulnerability, that warning never appears. The malicious code just runs. The good news? You do have to click or open something for this to work. So hackers can't just attack you out of nowhere. The bad news? We all click on email links and open attachments every single day. That's why this one is being actively exploited. The second threat, CVE 2026-21514, targets Microsoft Word. This one is a security bypass vulnerability. It's especially scary because it's so common to open Word documents, especially in a business environment. Here's the scenario. Someone emails you what looks like an invoice, a contract, or a report. You open it in Word and that's it. The vulnerability allows dangerous controls to run without triggering any security warnings. Now, the preview pane is not the attack vector this time. By the way, it has been many, many times in the last several months. In fact, the last 10 or 11 months, the preview pane has been attacked. But this time, you actually have to open the file. That's good news. But think about how many Word documents you actually open in a typical week. Invoices from vendors, reports from employees, documents from clients. Each one could potentially be malicious right now if you haven't patched yet. This one is already publicly known and being exploited, so updating is absolutely critical. Threat number 3 is a desktop Windows Manager elevation. This is known as CVE 2026-21519, and this one's interesting because it's actually the second month in a row we've seen this type of vulnerability in the desktop Windows Manager, which is part of Windows that handles how Windows and graphics appear on your screen. What makes this dangerous is that once a hacker gets any kind of access to your computer, maybe through one of the other vulnerabilities we've already talked about, they can use this vulnerability to gain system privileges. This is the highest level of access possible. It's like going from being a guest in a house to having the master keys to everything. Security researchers believe the patch from last month didn't completely fix the problem, which is why we're seeing this again. Threat number 4 is a remote desktop services escalation. This is known as CVE 2026-21533. It affects remote desktop services. Now, don't let the word remote confuse you. This is actually a local vulnerability, but it's still serious. If you use your computer to access other computers remotely, or if your business has remote desktop enabled on your servers, this vulnerability allows an attacker who's already on a system to escalate their system privileges to system level. Why does this matter? Because hackers often work in stages. First, they get in through one vulnerability. Then they use vulnerabilities like this to move around your network, gain access to more valuable systems, and elevate privileges. It's called lateral movement, and it's how small breaches become major disasters. Threat number 5 deals with Internet Explorer. Yes, really. This is one that may surprise you. CVE 2026-21513. It affects Internet Explorer. Yes, Internet Explorer, the browser Microsoft officially retired years ago. Here's the thing though, Internet Explorer still exists in Windows and some older business applications still call it. And hackers know this. This vulnerability is similar to the smart screen bypass we talked about earlier. It requires you to click on something, but once you do, it can execute malicious code. The fact that hackers are actively exploiting an Internet Explorer vulnerability in 2026 should tell you something about how persistent and creative these attackers are. Threat number 6 is a remote access Connection Manager threat. It's known as CVE 2026-21525. It affects Windows Remote Access Connection Manager. This one's a bit different. It's an actual denial of service vulnerability. Most of the vulnerabilities we've talked about today allow hackers to actually run code or steal data. This one just crashes your system. Now you might be thinking, well, that doesn't sound too bad, but here's why it really matters. If you're a business and your systems go down, you're losing money every minute. If you're working from home and your VPN connection keeps crashing, you can't keep your job. And sometimes hackers use denial of service attacks as a distraction while they're doing something else malicious. The fact that this is actively exploited means someone found it valuable enough to use. Now let me bring this all together. These 6 vulnerabilities are actively exploited right now. Somewhere in the world, hackers are scanning the internet looking for unpatched computers. They're sending out phishing emails. They're trying to exploit these vulnerabilities. And here's the thing about patch cycles. The longer you wait to patch Tuesday, the longer you wait after Patch Tuesday to install the patches, the more dangerous it gets. Why? Because now hackers know exactly what was fixed, which means that they know exactly what they're looking for on unpatched systems. So what do? Well, that's where we get into some good news. But first, let's cover some other updates you need to know about. Microsoft has a few other updates. Azure services, if your business uses Azure, Microsoft Azure for cloud services, there are several critical rated vulnerabilities that need attention, especially in Azure Arc, Azure Front Door, and Azure Function. Visual Studio and GitHub Copilot if you have developers on your team. These updates are important. Multiple code execution vulnerabilities were patched. Microsoft Edge, the Chromium-based Edge browser, received updates for 2 vulnerabilities in its rendering engine. The key point here, if you're using cloud services, development tools, or just browsing the web, updates are available and you should install them. Now let's look at the updates that Adobe released this month. This month, Adobe released 9 security bulletins fixing 44 vulnerabilities across multiple products. The biggest updates are for After Effects that had 15 vulnerabilities fixed, most of them critical. Substance 3D Designer that had 7 vulnerabilities patched. Substance 3D Stager that had 5 critical bugs that could allow remote code execution. Adobe Audition had 6 vulnerabilities, plus smaller updates in InDesign, Adobe Bridge, Lightroom Classic, the DNG Software Development Kit, and Substance 3D Modeler. Now here's the good news with Adobe this month. None of these vulnerabilities are being actively exploited yet. They're all priority 3 deployments according to Adobe, which means you don't need to panic, but you should update them because they will be used by hackers in the future most likely. If you use any Adobe creative software for your business, whether that's editing videos, designing graphics, or processing photos, schedule time this week to run the updates, or in just a few minutes, I'll actually show you how to enable automatic updating so that you don't have to worry about it. The pattern for these vulnerabilities is usually the same. You need to open a malicious file to trigger them. So if you're working with files from clients, contractors, or downloading templates from the internet, you want these patches installed. Now I'm going to run through some patches available from other vendors that you need to know about. BeyondTrust released security updates for a critical RCE or remote code execution flaw in its remote support and privileged remote access software. CISA issued a new binding operation directive requiring federal agencies to remove network edge devices that have reached end-of-life support. By the way, if you're using any that have reached end-of-life support, you need to update them. Cisco released security updates for security web appliances, Cisco Meeting Manager, and more. Fortinet released security updates for FortiOS and FortiSandbox. N8N fixed critical vulnerabilities that act as a patch bypass for the previously fixed CVE 2025-68613 RCE or remote code execution flaw. SAP released the February security updates for multiple products, including fixes for 2 critical vulnerabilities. So here's your action plan. I'm actually going to go through this. Step number 1 is to install Windows updates. I'm not only going to talk about how to update this, I'm going to switch over to full screen and actually show you how to do this. You're going to click Start. You're going to look for a gear or a cog. I've moved mine into the Utilities folder. It's called Settings. From Settings, you're going to click on Windows Updates. Now, if your Windows Updates hasn't installed yet, you'll see the updates available here. If your computer has installed the updates but hasn't rebooted yet, you'll see what you see on my screen. You see the Windows Update logo. That's also in the lower right near my clock. And this says restart required, estimated 6 minutes. Now, the reason that these updates need to restart is that what happens is part of the update is installed while you're in Windows. Additional parts of the updates are installed as the computer shuts down, and then as the computer boots back up, it installs additional and finalizes the updates. So that's what you need to do to install the Windows updates. Now, if you're using Adobe software, you want to actually open up Adobe Cloud Desktop. And what you want to do is you want to go to the Updates section. So we'll click on Updates here, and you see right now updates are installed for all but one program of mine, so I can click on Update. I also have the option here, I have Manage Auto Updates, and you'll see that all of my applications are configured to automatically update. And this way, what happens as the software runs, which it does run by default at startup, if you're using a computer that doesn't have Adobe running at startup, maybe you've changed that, but you'll want to have Adobe running at startup, and you can change that, make sure that that's running at startup through the task manager in the startup section. And you'll want to make sure that those updates install. You see that several of these updates have been installed in the last month. I've had multiple programs updated through the Creative Cloud, and this happens automatically. Now, if you're out there and you're thinking, this is a little bit too much for me, I don't really know exactly how to deal with all this. In fact, I just want to run my business, or I just want to use my computer. If you're a personal computer user, you need a faster PC. Give us a call, 772-878-5978, 772-878-5978, or visit us on the web, A Faster PC. We actually have managed services where we provide for businesses, dental offices, medical offices, accountants' offices, attorneys' offices. We do this for nonprofits. We do this for churches. We do this for home office individuals and for people that are just using their computer at their house. And so what we're actually doing is we're actually automating Windows updates. Twice a day, we're looking for updates to Windows. On average, every 4 hours, we're looking to update programs such as Adobe Reader, Firefox, Chrome, Zoom, 7-Zip. You may not use all of these programs, but if you do use them, if you have them on your computer, it's important to actually get those installed and to get them installed as soon as possible, especially when we're talking about zero-day threats. Last year, get this, our automated patching system installed 1.3 million patches on our customers' computers. And you can be a part of that, and you don't have to worry about this. You might even be thinking out there, you know what, this is something that, I'm really concerned that the patches might break my computer. But you know what, with 6 of these threats being actively exploited, you need to get these patches installed ASAP. You need to get these installed, so go ahead and get them installed. Restart your computers, test your critical applications, make sure things are working. If they aren't, you can give us a call. We can help you resolve that. We can help you roll back the updates, and we can actually work on mitigation methods and ways to actually keep your computer safe. Listen, if you found this video helpful, do me a favor and hit the like button. Click subscribe and click the bell to be notified when we release new videos. Drop a comment below and let me know, have you updated your systems yet? Have you ever been hit by a cyber attack? I read every comment and love hearing from you. I'll reply to them as well. We want you to stay safe. And remember, when you have or want to prevent cybersecurity problems, you need a faster PC.